Hello folks, welcome back to another video of Minecraft. Yeah, that's right, and finally I made another video on this channel. And remember to like and subscribe before you watch further. As you can see, my screen, my camera, my mic, it's all gone better now. I have invested, that's right, I have invested in new equipment. Now you will get much better quality further on. Well, let's get further on into the video. Okay, I actually lost my world. I think so. There may be some files on my other PC, on a school PC, which I played on in the videos before. But now I play on my home stationary PC that's lying right under my desk here. I will be doing a bit of Minecraft creative. Yeah. So we will do the creative side of Minecraft. Okay, just loading in. I hope it's all recording good. Yes. So far, so good. Okay, let me just show you around a bit. As you see, I have got my shaders on. It's still loading. That's why it's the FPS isn't helping really much. Yes, okay. Just let me load this in. Here we go. Well, I guess I can give you a show through of all my builds before I get into building. I'll show this on the last, when I'm done with showing you guys around. Okay, so let's see. Oh, so I think this was the first build I started. No, it was down here. I and a friend of mine, we were like thinking of, maybe we could make a tree houses in the jungle, and so we started building. I made mine, and as you can see, they are here. I think they look pretty good. They do, but I only made like tree houses, and they weren't very practical. It's just like it's very small, and you can't really do a lot in them. And well, after that, I began to make what I want to call the big brain base. And that's because it has a lot of technology, or the idea is that it will have a lot of technology in it. So a lot of redstone. I can explain how this works. So this is like an eye. So the cube here, it's a point of the eye, and it's a magnetic cube. So you can see here, it's like it's gravitating on the big pole here, on the white pole. And first I had it all flat, but of course that's quite boring. And so I made it a bit more interesting by making a few holes here and there, so it gets sort of like a cheese shape, if you may so call it. And then here you have the cube, the magnetic cube. It has a lot of cracks in it, and I actually used two layers. So I used the glass here, and I think I use concrete and glazed terracotta. Yeah. So I have designed a piston door over here. It's a 12 by 12, but I use World Edit to copy things over and stuff like that. So the door here won't work, but it has worked before, and maybe if I'm not too lazy, I can fix it for the next video. Um, but yeah, you press the button and then it opens. It's very epic. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you now, but it does open. And well, as you can see, I've like the hub here, with like a cool mosaic-ish top here, and you have these elevators. I'm actually not done with. I wanted to make this side. Um, I wanted to make a big poster on here, like a big propaganda poster, because I like propaganda. And if you go up, I made like big screens, but it's, as you can see, this is not done. It's a start. Well, I forgot. So this is like the old version. I copied this over on a multiplayer server so I could build in it with friends, and then when the multiplayer server went to shut down again, I copied it over to my single player, and so it's right here. So this is a newer one. This one, the door also does work, but maybe the third version will. I still haven't done anything on this level yet, but that will come. Not in the near future, but it will come. And well, if you go down here, you have the elevator that takes you down here, and then you have like a big crystal that's like it's powered by the beacons. Beacons come from down here through the water in the crystal, and the crystal floats. You see all these mini crystals, the children of the big mama crystal, if you may so call it. They're floating besides it, and you see there are a few minecarts here and there, just rolling through, doing their Minecraft stuff. And well, you walk down here, and you have a bubble elevator that takes you up. And I was planning to make a big cave system here, so I can have like a tunnel board, and it mines through here into the mines, and then I can collect the resources, dispose it in the mine carts rolling around here, and then they will deposit it. That's the idea, to deposit it in the storage system. And so here's a storage system. I can maybe go into creative. Maybe I can get a bit more lights. No. Okay, I can give myself a night vision. That will help. Slash effects. Give Onyx night vision for about 100 seconds. Yes, it will work. So here you have all the items that I wanted to collect, and you can put your items in here. I think you can put in shulker boxes and loose items, both. And I can show you the redstone behind it. So that's this. It dispenses, no, it drops all the items in here, and then it takes out the shulker boxes, it unloads them, and then they get dropped out again. And then they go up here, up this elevator, water elevator, and then they get sorted out through all these sorting systems. these filters, and there are a lot of them, as you see. So yeah, this is the bulk storage. It's a bit more complicated than the normal ones, the normal filters, and yeah, that is what I have been working on in this part. But actually, I made this level also. It was like big cool treasure room, but that was on a other hard drive, and I guess some stuff got corrupted, and then a few hours got lost, and now I just got bored by building on this thing. Maybe I will in the summer vacation, but not right now. I'm still a bit demotivated, if you may say so. What I also have done, which is now no more, is these minecarts. They go up here, and then I was thinking like, yeah, I have a bunch of free space I can still use. I had a backup, which it was a bit too old, but I had a backup, so that's good. Then not everything is lost. But yeah, then we're done with this one. Let's go further. Oh, and this one was very cool. So I wanted to make like a Chinese-ish house. I think I did that pretty successfully. I first worked here, and then I think I didn't like some of the shapes, and I copied it over. If I could see if I could change some things up, and well, it became pretty cool. I also focused a lot on the garden to make it very diverse, and I also have like a fire pit so I can sit with friends. That's very cozy. And I wanted to have a bit of redstone. This was my starter house actually. I made this in creative, and then I used something called Lightmatica. So that's this here, where you can make schematics. So that's like a type of hologram-ish thing, where you can place blocks here, you can place blocks here, and then you make the house. So you can make something in creative like I did here, and then build it in survival, which I did. And yeah, you have here you have the bedroom, and then you have the attic. I think it's called the attic. Yes, it's there's not a lot of space in here, as you see, so that I was struggling with that a bit, and I wanted to make as much as possible useful. So I put a few barrels here, and I wanted to put like a few cobwebs to make it seem like it's very old and dusty. Do you know the way? Okay. I don't know that way. Or do I? Here I can sit down. Yeah. I have a garden here with a river and a bridge you can go over. And so I built this in survival. It took a while to get all the items, because I used very exotic items like these ones here, and these ones, like the corals and other stuff. So that took a while, but this became my starter house in a Minecraft multiplayer survival server. I can go chronologically, I think. So this came next. I wanted to make a raid farm, and so I did it first here, so I could make like a storage system for it that works. And then that's this one. And you see I have the villagers, so they can give me stuff when I get here of the village. And I guess the farm is still running, the clock is still running, but I think I forgot to turn that off. Well, it doesn't really matter. But actually, I run like a multiplayer server. For not that much. Yeah, there aren't really a lot of players online, but I run a multiplayer server with some of my friends, and I think this was in season 3. Yes, it was in season 3, and in season 3 I had a few mods installed. There was like a portal mod where you could look through the portal and you saw the nether, so you didn't need to go through the portal to get through to see the nether. So that was pretty cool, but it was very laggy, and a lot of my friends, they hadn't really that high-end PCs like mine. As you see, I have like shaders and a bunch of chunks loaded, and well, it's not that good on FPS. Maybe that's because I'm recording, but normally I do have 60 FPS, and well, they didn't have that good PCs, so that was really a bummer. And so that season ended pretty soon, and then season 4 began. But let's just look at some stuff from season 2 first, because I forgot that. And if I can go into spectator, then I'm a bit faster. So this is the bunker. We we didn't use the bunker, but let's give a I can give you a bit of backstory of what happened. So my brother, who also played on this server, he still plays, but it's a different season now. So he was accused of being a simp, and so the simp war started because he didn't think of himself of a simp. I joined the other team because, well, I didn't want to be on the team with my brother, like, you know, the rivalry and stuff. And so we had like big battleground. It's all gone now because the world got corrupted before we could make the war, before we could fight even. It was just preparing like 3 weeks, and then yeah, I messed up with a backup, and then it all went down into the sink. It's well, not that great, but that's some things in the past. So yeah, the simp war started, and we made a bunker, my team, and there were a few people online that time. This was season 2. Season 2 was amazing. It was like the season where the most amount of players were playing. Now there are like 3-4 people playing, including me, but before there were like 20, so before it got corrupted. And well, we had our beds, we had our ender chests, you have your ender pearl status chamber and your armor equipping station, all that stuff. And then I think there was like a button somewhere around here. Yes. So you press this, and then no. Okay, I think the redstone doesn't work. Yeah. It's maybe because it's a different version, or because I copied things over. But this was a staircase which came down, and so you could go over here. And this was actually like on bedrock level, so if you would stand here, no one on the surface would see you, and no one would know that there was a bunker down here. And so you had a few corridors that led to different places, and then you had a few water elevators that you could take your way up. Yeah, it was not never we never used it, but unfortunate. But yeah, here you have a castle which I never built in survival. My intention was to build it in survival, but as I said earlier, the world got corrupted and we couldn't build it, which is a bit sad. But we were still playing. Well, some active players, but not as much as before. Well, that was season 2 and season 3 over there, and this was season 4. Season 4 was it was like good, but it wasn't that great as season 2 again. I think it was season 4. Yes, season 2, 3, 4. Yes, I think this was season 4. So I and a friend of mine, Arctic, or Xen in real life, we found a cool island with a lot of goats. It was the update of the goat. I think it was 1.17, and that was not that long ago. And we found a cool island, so we wanted to make a base, and we wanted to have it secret, as a secret, because we found villagers and we didn't want the others to know that we had villagers, so they just could trade and murder them, all those stuff. So we had a piston door that led into this room where all the villagers are. And yeah, first it all went fine. They never found out about the villagers, and we just went on building. We made it. I think it's actually pretty cool. But I made this in creative, like I normally do, and then I built it in survival, and so it's like a red, black evil theme ish. So we made a zombie XP farm, so with a spawner, and yeah, it went pretty great until a teammate of mine, his name is Flamer on Duty. He forgot to lock the door. And like I said to him, like, lock the door, but he always just forgot. Well, on the end they found out about the villagers, and well, it all went down into the sink. But yeah, that was that season. We also yeah, this was the vault. This was the vault. It's a combination lock, and then you can go in. And it worked pretty well until it was discovered and they mined through the vault, which is it's really a beta thing to do, mining through the vault without trying to do the codes. Well, if you just can mine through everything, then why do you want to make all those vaults to protect your stuff? So, well, they just mined through and they stole the stuff in the end. But it worked for a few weeks, and well, that's good, I guess. And this was part of the surface that was later added. I made like a pathway because there were a lot of creeper holes and it didn't look that nice on the surface of the base, and so I made it a bit more nice with pathways, and build on this few hours, maybe like 3 or 4, and it was a bit hectic on the end because my brother and some of his friends, some of his crewmates, they began to demand the egg, the dragon egg, because we had it in our possession, we had it in our vault, and uh, yeah, it escalated quickly, and they began using TNT, and yeah, I had a backup of this, so I restored everything, but it was pretty hectic this season. A lot of explosives, and oh yeah, here this was the first time I began to make these build palettes to find out like which blocks do I want to use, where, and which blocks do I want to use, how, and like that. And then I made the pathways. I made like a custom terrain, like how do I want it to look, and I made this terrain in survival on the island, so I transformed. In the end, I transformed the whole island to something like this. You have this biome, and then you had this biome, and then you had like a basalt, black stone with lava biome, but I forgot to copy this layer over because it was down here, and I forgot to take this with. So it was pretty cool. And also here I made like a big extension, so you could just go out here and take your boats, and had the aquarium, and it looked pretty cool. On the surface also I upgraded this nether wart farm, and yeah, it was pretty cool. This is the spawner again, but let's go further on to something else. Oh, so yeah, this was from season 2 again. We didn't finish building it in survival because it got corrupted, and yeah, so this was supposed to be the nether hub. So I found a cool mushroom island because I wanted the hub to be there, and so you could have like portals, just like in Hermitcraft season 6. There was my inspiration from. I love that hub in Hermitcraft, so I want to make myself a similar one. And well, I made one in creative here, but never actually build it in survival because of the corruption. So yeah, then I go over to something else. So this one is a building I worked on in the Artcraft server. It's a server I play on with a few very good friends of mine, which I go on high school with. And here I made a build palette, and I have a few iterations. So I first made this one, and then I didn't like this part. I felt that there had to be something here, but I didn't know really what. So I started building. I think I need something more like this, like a crane, so you could pull up a few crates from down there. And then on the end, I came up with this one, which I think is actually very cool. I'm very proud of it. And I also did the interior on the end, which I not always do. I usually only do the exterior because I think that is what people look at the most. Most people don't go into the buildings, they just walk past it. And if you will have like a cool building which doesn't really have that much interior, people are walking past it, then they might think like, whoa, that's a very cool building. Maybe it also has a very cool interior in it. But yeah, this time I made interior. I always build the outerior, the exterior I meant, first, and then I see which fits in the interior. And yeah, so I made this one. Let's see, what is this? This is so this is this season we are playing in right now. So this is season 5, and in season 5, I and a friend of mine, Flamer on duty, the same person who forgot to lock the vault and forgot to lock the villagers up, so all others found out about the secret villagers. But this time he helps a lot, and he's a very good motivator to still play Minecraft. He's a very good friend of mine, and well, we found an end portal, and we wanted to make a base in the stronghold because we thought, yeah, we have a bunch of free space. We don't have to mine all things out to make like a cool underground base. And so we made a base in here. And this is what it looked like before. I made like storage here, and here is a sand duper, concrete powder duper, with a chunk loader right here. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, let's go to the next iteration, the next thing. Oh, this is a mob farm on the same season, same multiplier world, like this one and this one. And this is a quad mob farm a brother of mine made, and I wanted to paste it in here. I didn't really know why I pasted it in here before, but I have it in this world either way. This is a iron farm without any villagers, because I copied it over from the server in this single player world, and I think they didn't spawn in with it. And I have a lot of cats, but I guess it's a pretty good iron farm because it has quads, it has multiple collections, multiple drop chutes where the iron golems are killed. We have a lot of iron from it. Here I tested something out with a pathway I think I want to use down there. This is something Arton made. It's a friend of my brother who is in our group, who also plays a lot of Minecraft with us, and he just mined the whole chunk out. I don't know why. He says it's his base, and why? I think he has a cool aquarium, I guess, and a few random stuff here and there. But he has 4 beacons. I think we borrowed one here, but he has 4 beacons just for the aesthetics. He doesn't actually use the effects of the beacon, which is a bit funny. So this is just a section of the base. Over here there's like a Star Wars battlefield, but I do not have that here because I only copied this section over. And this is a hole which leads to the end, and this is an elevator which isn't built in survival yet, because I am building on this area right now. Oh, that was a voice crack. But I'm building in this area right now to upgrade the base a bit, So you have this elevator. It actually works. I can show you. It's actually a pretty cool elevator. You can use any of these and just activate them. There are a bunch of cogwheels. I wanted to use them to show that it's like a part of the elevator. It runs the elevator, but they do not actually move because I think you can't really rotate those cogwheels with that little redstone that I know of. So you can go up here. And then when you're up, you can just do your stuff. And this elevator goes down from itself. So after a while, it will travel downwards right now. And well, if you're up, we haven't actually thought about that, how you can traverse down into the base. Well, you have a way up, and that is what is important, I guess, to go back up to the surface. But I think that's a problem for later. We can think about how to go down in a safe manner later on. But here is the sand duper again. So this is a spiral staircase which leads down to other levels in this base. And here I have experimented with some floor design. Not really fond of this one, but I think maybe if I make like iteration of it, it can look pretty cool. Oh, this is the this is the Digibot family, I guess, and yeah. So so here is a master creation of Flamer on Duty. He made this amazing Fight Club arena in a few days. I were like bored from Minecraft a few days, and then he was like, "Yeah, can you play? I want to show you something." And then I came online and then saw this thing, and it has a bunch of levers which activates stuff. So yeah, these are like pillars, I think. And I think over here was like a button for water. Hello. And yeah, if you go over here, you have already seen this, but over here I made a villager trading hall. This is actually already built in survival, but I haven't mined this thing out here, so that I have to do. It looks like my brother just came inside my room. So yeah, this is a villager trading hall. It has almost all the books, so that is pretty cool. So yeah, this is everything from my creative server. No, for my creative single player world. Just jumping down here. Well, maybe I actually can use totems. I can maybe have like shulker boxes with totems of undying, and then you can jump down, and then you have like the cool effect where your totem explodes with those green and yellow colors. I think that could be very cool. So yeah, I want to build a bit on this section over here. Yes. So I was thinking than concrete, black concrete, and glowstone. Yeah, I think that will work out pretty fine. So I will want to do this. Maybe I can do something like this. There are a few cave systems in this area, which are very dark, but maybe we'll light them up one day, so this area is very nice, spawn-proofed. But not right now, I think. I love the new tinted glass. It's very nice. Wait, let me just do this. No, wrong. Okay. They're okay, they're okay. Sorry for the background noise in the background, but my brother apparently wanted to play some Gorilla Tag in my room. But sorry about that. Just how it is. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 villagers. I want to change this up as well. Like in the middle of the way. Oh, there is some villager torture going on. Oh, you better run. Better watch out. This is actually pretty fun. Oh yeah. Villager torture. I love it. Okay. So I want to remove this contraption here. I want to improve it later on. First, I want to think about the aesthetics. Think about a better system later. Let's think about moving villagers. Okay, I can move this one. I have 5 villagers. I guess this will hold. Maybe one of these villagers has like a double trade. I hope. And then it all will be great. But then I can take away these ones. Ah yes. Villager torture. it's better. Just a few blocks here. This. Sorry about the shouting of my brother. Oops. I don't know what is happening. Maybe he's getting raped or something. I hope so. That's pretty cool. Now I have all the villagers like this. A big open room. Okay. I don't really like this. I don't really like this one. I think I want to use more basalt. I want to use more basalt. Oh, that's with one S. Okay. Basalt is with one S. And this. And glowstone, I think. Nice world it is. Whoa, that's much better. That's so much better. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, great. Oh yeah, this works. This works. All the way over here. Bam, bada boom. Bam. then just place in the glowstone. I use glowstone because I think it's a very cool block, and also because if you use like torches and other sorts of light sources, they can get destroyed by water, which people often use around my base or our base, because it's I share it with other people. Um, they often use water buckets to do like MLG water bucket glitches everywhere. It's a bit weird, but I guess everyone has their own passion. Okay. So I was actually thinking about making this into a pointed arc. I've searched up the English term for it. In Norwegian it's spissbue, which you have learned on school, on art school, and so I want this to be like a pointed arc, so it's like a roof and it's pointy like this, and I want it to be very open and spacey. So that is what I'm trying to do now. Okay, maybe this can change, it's a bit repetitive. Yeah, maybe that can change, but I like that idea. I like the pointed arc. Well, my brother wanted to join this single player world with by using LAN, so I'm going to do that right now. Okay. Game mode creative. Allow cheats on start LAN world. 51449. 449. Okay. I just gave him the code, and he can figure out the IP address himself. I think this is great. Just clear up this. It gets pretty dark. Oh, this is like okay. It needs lighting, but the shape is okay-ish. Yes. He thinks yes. Boom, 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 boom. Just yes. Oh yeah, dance party.